Hi, I'm Camila Sayers from the Fan Carpet, and we're at the Dorchester Hotel for an exclusive event of the Raindance Film Festival with Terry Gilliam.
All those years ago, 26 I believe, when you started founding the Raindance Film Festival and the vision that you had in mind, when you're here today speaking to me, did that vision realise, and how bigger is it than you would ever imagine?
It's gigantic. I had no idea, and it's not because of me, it's because of all the people that support independent film, and of course all the filmmakers. And one of the very first persons that supported me was Mr. Terry Gilliam.
Tonight we're celebrating Terry Gilliam, exactly, an auteur. So my question to you is, as such a renowned actress, when you hear the word auteur, what does it mean to you, and what does it mean when you're looking for a project and working with a director? What do you look for?
Massive creativity, thinking outside the box, that sort of thing. So creativity is what I'm saying.
Well, one tends to think it's the person who originated an idea and then actually takes it all the way through to making the film, which you get fewer and fewer of because it's very difficult to do that. But it means that someone has a vision and they deliver it.
Absolutely, and that's a true definition, I guess, of Terry Gilliam, seeing as his film that came out this year took 3 decades, we hear. So it was perseverance, and it's exactly that definition that you spoke of.
I think he doesn't want anyone else to play around with his vision. So. Because he has a very precise way of seeing things, and that's what he wants to see on the screen, and he wants the audience to see that. It's, the film industry is a very hard place to do that, actually, but wonderful when it works.
Auteur is innovator, originator, someone who thinks outside the box, someone who's always creating levels of how you push the boundaries of creative imagination, someone who's not afraid to play with different forms, music, special effects, writing, structure, and someone I think really loves the arts.
Personally, I like to see passion. I like to see that in everybody that I work with, but I think that's what tells good stories. It's people who really care, and I think in all the best directors' work you can see that passion on the screen. It really shines through, and so yeah, that's what I'm always looking out for.
We are celebrating him winning the Auteur Award. When you are thinking of who to present this to, and obviously we've had Guy Ritchie in the past and many others, Kenya, what comes to mind when you're thinking of who to present this award to?
Courage under fire, disruption, and of course innovation and creativity, and Terry ticks all those boxes.
Yes, absolutely. And my big question, if I could have spoken to him tonight, is obviously this labour of absolute fire, passion of love that has just come out this year. It's been 3 decades putting it together. When you hear such a story of like that, I'm sure it comes hand in hand with the Raindance Film Festival, doesn't it?
Well, it's stamina too, and that's something that you have to have stamina, and never, ever, ever pay attention to the word no.
Yes, absolutely.
Or can't, Absolutely. And Terry's just legend, of course.
Absolutely.
A friendship, yes, but certainly a work companion for many years. I mean, we go way back to the early days of Python, when I was a very lucky lady to be chosen to be in originally what was only 4 episodes of Monty Python's Flying Circus, but then they liked me. And not just Terry G, but Terry Jones, they all liked me, and they decided to want to see a bit more of me. And the rest, as they say, is history. So, of course, I was with Terry G and Terry Jones and Michael and Eric 4 years ago at the O2 Arena. I can't believe it's 4 years. I cannot believe 4 years. Very sad that Graham couldn't be with us. But what was lovely about Terry G being in the show, he was so nervous. He was so nervous because, of course, he was never one of the actors of Monty Python. I mean, he was the animator, and he came along when they wanted someone to do something gross, like shove baked beans up his face or something, which he was very good at. But when it came to the O2 show and we didn't have Graham, it meant Terry G had to perform. And he had to take over, he had to take over the sketch where normally Michael would do, which was one of the Gumbies bashing flowers into a flower pot, and being very silly. And he had to do it. And he was saying to me, "I'm so nervous, Carol, I'm so nervous. this is Michael's slot. This is Michael's thing. I'll never be able to do it. And he was fantastic because he didn't really want to perform in the show. You know, he was nervous about it. But once he got out there, he was wonderful, and he clearly was having a ball, and it was lovely.
That's so endearing to hear. We're here tonight at the Raindance Film Festival. Why do you think it's so important that these festivals keep on going and people like Elliot strive ahead and create these festivals that celebrate, like you were saying, thinking outside of the box and celebrate individuality?
He's incredible. I mean, the films that have come through over the last 25 years, the people that have become household names because of this festival, given the opportunity. I mean, the standard just gets higher and higher each year. And, you know, having open doors, the way that Elliot works, things like starting the web section, which is great, web series across the globe, things like the micro short. There's no excuse not to make film. If you've got stories to tell, do it on a phone. And he's encouraging that, so he keeps pushing the boundaries as time goes on. I think it's fabulous, and I love this festival.
Fantastic.
Well, hopefully we'll always have film festivals happening. They're very important, aren't they? Particularly for filmmakers. I mean, Terry G is now very well known. There was a time in the very early days not so well established. But I mean, tonight, I mean, I'm just delighted that he's going to be winning this award, and he deserves it because he's worked so hard at getting his last couple of films out there. You know, he's worked so hard. He's so determined. And if anyone deserves it, he does. And I'm looking forward to see him because I haven't seen him since we did the O2 show.
Well, I was here last year giving Elliot an award for his 26 years. And, you know, like I said last year, I just think it's important that, you know, I think the world is full of different, diverse, creative people who have different, diverse, creative ideas. And I think film festivals should lend themselves to that as well. You know, I think every film festival has its own style and its own way of presenting itself. And I think what's good about this one that Elliot created 27 years ago?
Yes.
26. Wow.
Last year was the 25th anniversary.
Wow. So I think it's it just proves a point that people are always open to something different. And if you can get something different and it strikes a chord with people, they'll keep coming back. It's like, you know, you have the Snickers bar, and then you had, and then they put two in one. They didn't think that was going to work, but it worked, you know. So I think people are always interested in trying to create different ways of how you can present something, and if it works, people come back. And I think this is an example of something different that's worked, and that's why people come back.
You're obviously in a massively successful endeavour, and it's obviously taken everyone by storm. So what do you think the story what do you think the appeal is when people watch it? Obviously we've had so many series now, and people are looking forward to the next one.
Well, I think people enjoy Endeavour because it's a story about a great mind. People will always be interested in that. Everybody loves the puzzle. And, you know, it's such a beautiful show. There's so much talent in the cast. And I can say that now since I'm not a part of it anymore. But it's... there is, you know what, there's a lot of passion that goes into that show. Russell, you know, he loves his characters, he really cares about serving them and their storylines, and all the actors, you know, they come back every year, not just because it's good work, but because they love it. They love the show and they love their characters, and I think that's really evident, and it's beautiful. The way it's shot is incredible. I mean, it really, you know, I think it's right at the high end of TV production values.
And I'm going to be a juror this year, which I'm really excited about, because this is a wonderful festival, introducing all sorts of wonderful independent films. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes up. I don't know yet. I think they're going to announce today, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously as a jury member, you have quite an important role here in such a big festival. What do you look for when you'll be going through all the films and going through all the creatives that are taking part? What do you look for?
I think there's a whole list of things. First of all, whether you're grabbed by a film, it's imaginative, what the characters are like, how the story's told, the way something looks. I mean, the great thing about film is it works on many, many levels. One is it tells its story visually, it tells its story in a literary way, and it tells it emotionally, so it's got lots of scope. And there are a lot of different people making films that are extraordinary today. So you know, and it's wonderful seeing Terry Gilliam being honoured, because he's made some amazing films and been behind some lot of changes in filmmaking.
Absolutely. Why do you think audiences appeal so much to these massive franchises? What do you think it is?
I haven't a clue. If I knew what appealed to people, I'd be out there making them. Then it's not the kind of cinema that I follow. I'm much more interested in smaller budget or independent films. I'll occasionally, I've been in a couple of blockbusters, and you know, it's I didn't set out to be a cult actor, but that came my way. But no, it's. I mean, I hear things about Mission Impossible that, you know, that they're incredibly well made, and the stunts are extraordinary, and but it doesn't appeal. I might watch one now and again. Yeah.
What are some other autos that come to mind that have inspired you throughout your career?
You know, there's so many auteurs that have come through Raindance. Some have achieved commercial and creative success. Others haven't, equally talented. So I don't like singling anyone out, except on nights like tonight when we have Terry Gilliam. It's a very different thing.
And what can we look forward to upcoming projects for yourself, people who follow your career and are excited to see you in new things?
Well, we have just started shooting for Beecham House for ITV, which is directed by Gurinder Chadha. I'm so excited to be a part of it. It's a real dream come true for me. And it's early days, so we'll have to wait and see where it goes. But yeah, it's a wonderful cast of people, and I think it's a really heartwarming story. And I think it will be really beautiful. So I'm excited for people to see that.
Well, we're excited too. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I can't. This one I really can't. It's an exciting TV project. Amazing writer. Fantastic cast. This one I actually can't talk about, but it's a TV thing. That's all I'll say.
I definitely want to.
It'll be out next year, no doubt.
I've just done a thing for Netflix called Black Earth Rising. That's going to be out in September. And I've just finished a movie called Acts of Desperation. That's an interesting comedy. And that's going to be out sometime in the new year.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for speaking
thank
to
you,
us.
my
Have
love.
a great evening.
Thank you.
You're such a renowned actress. What advice do you give to young professionals trying to get into the industry? And you must get this question all the time.
It's absolutely impossible to give advice to a young actor. All you have to say to them is you really have got to want to do it. And if you're not getting the work, create work. You know, we can all make a film on an iPhone these days, so it's keep doing it. Go to movies, don't isolate yourself, go to the theatre a lot. And when you get the job, join the union, and don't be late.
Fantastic advice. That was a good long list. We've celebrated the 25th anniversary last year of Raindance Film Festival. What do you have in mind for the next 25 years?
Oh my God. Less grey hair, more grey hair, I don't know. I just hope Raindance, I hope that the lovers of independent film realize that independent film has such a vital role to play in terms of education and, of course, entertainment.
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for more on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. See you next time.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.